following is a stream by Loftie-Eaton. He discusses what this stream is and why he's doing it. Okay, I'm Loftie-Eaton. I'm a fan of Lex Friedman, so that's what this is for. I'm going to put timestamps on a text document that I will show at the end of the stream so that you can know what I'm doing when. I'll start a timer to put the times on the text document. So timer, sorry, start. Okay, good. The purpose of this stream is to kind of pull back the curtains behind how somebody becomes competent. Hopefully I end up being a competent person. So there are a lot of people I admire greatly, and in my first and second years of university and in high school I had a lot of thoughts, questions about how do you become such a person, and so I thought I'd try and document my process of becoming somebody that I admire. I didn't want to prepare too much for what this is going to be, because it's part of that goal is to work through ideas and show how people learn and make mistakes and learn. This has been I'm wearing this suit because I really admire Lex Friedman, and so this has been like an homage, if that is the correct word. I've got a dictionary. Analogy. Omega. Analogy, miskin. I speak English, not Afrikaans. I was raised in Namibia, so my first and mother tongue is Afrikaans. But I've read way more books in English and listened to way more conversation in English. So, as an intellectual or professional, I'm more fluent, I would say, in English. But sometimes it's just natural to speak in Afrikaans. I don't know, it's like I'm looking for the word that's supposed to mean recommended to Lex, like a credit. Hey, thank you. Anyways, I'm gonna switch to casual clothes now. But before I do that, I will make a timestamp. Apologies for the experience. If you turn my screen, apologies for the bad color. For my dashboard, I have access to this feature in the screen. Image, choose. Oh, okay, I can't show my screen. Details customization. Alright, then in the future I will figure out how to share my screen. I did not at all like it from YouTube, as I said. One of this is to learn as we go and show how the person learns. But what I currently have on my screen is, of course, YouTube, and then my terminal. I use Fedora Linux, and I'm just going through my files and the way I store things. To create a file for this time, for the timestamps, change directory streams. Okay, batch timestamps. Okay, it is now formed. Okay, so I'd say, okay, 5. Goodness. Stable timestamps. Okay. Switch channels. Okay. Switching channels. The next part of the stream is what is this? So 6:52. No, I don't actually know what this is. I've already said that. Okay, I've said what this is. I can go into more detail about what this will be. But let's look at 7:15. 7:15. What will this be? What specifically do I want to learn? What specifically do I mean by competent? Okay. Why do I want to be competent? I think why questions are very important. It allows you to think about what you think reality is and what the meaning of life is, and orient yourself, and make sure your actions are lead to something that you want to create. And then, but ultimately, I don't think there's a limit to how long the why question is a useful question. And so, I think if you keep on asking why, I think life ends up not having ultimate meaning. But I live because I think it would hurt a lot of people if I kill myself. What am I going to do with my life instead? Well, hopefully things that make a lot of people happy, like things that improve the well-being of Earth. I think Google is an example of a company that has dramatically improved global well-being. Like, my quality of life has certainly improved thanks to them. I know that not everything they do is so great, but I'm certainly grateful that that company exists. So yeah, that's what I want to do. And I believe the way you achieve that, and the way you achieve making the world a better place, is by becoming skilled. You have to be able to create things that other people don't yet have, but will make their world a better place. So you should know a little bit about philosophy and the human experience. Luckily, most people do that just from living. Most people suffer, and most people know what pain is like. So it does not take a lot of work. It just takes living to know what suffering is and what it feels like to have a better world. Just when you're on an individual scale, of course, nothing is perfect for everybody. So what does it look like for me specifically? I think I'll go back to my childhood and how I became the person I am now. I was born in Vintage and grew up there my whole life. I went to Clinic I went to Clinic primary school, like public school or whatever, and then to Clinic pre-primary, where I think that was like the earliest moments of me being defined. I built a lot of puzzles. So much so that the lady that took care of us told me I may not build any more puzzles for certain days. I think because I was not going to develop the social skills I had to if I just kept on building as much puzzles as I wanted to do. So yeah, I'm an introvert and I love math and statistics. But yeah, and I went to the gymnasium. That's where I went to primary school. Primary school and then high school as well. And then I discovered that I like using. We didn't have computers. We had computers at school, but our school used iPads in high school. And I was the kind of guy that spent a lot of time just going through the settings of the iPad and discovering what all the things it could do. And so, and people just associated me with a guy that knew a bit more than average about technology. And thanks, Linus Tech Tips, for the time, the role you played in my life then. I learned a lot through Linus Tech Tips in Tech Wiki specifically. Sorry. And so that's how my interest in computers grew. And then in grade 11, you're going to have to start deciding what you're going to do in life. And I was torn between theology, actually, engineering, and programming / computer science. Theology because I was a Christian and I thought, of course, if God exists, it's quite important that you do what's right by Him, because that would be a pretty big mistake to not play by the rules of the game creator. But then I thought, okay, wait, I can do more good by building cool things. I think that would be more in line with what I would be good at. I think there are a lot of people that could become pastors and missionaries. And then I had to decide between engineering and computer science. My dad is also an engineer, so he's an industrial engineer. So that's sort of where that influence came from. I really enjoy building and welding things. This thing behind me, I welded that, and the desk it's standing on, I welded that, and you can't see right now. I might flip it. I'm going to show you. That is the laptop stand, and this light. It's a good light. It's already lights provided the means and the different components that make it what it is. So yeah, I really enjoy building stuff, and I just do my dad. But then on the other hand, computer science seemed like a very promising career and very attractive. Like there was a high demand for it. And at the time of me having to make these decisions, there was like a sort of recession in India, and there were like very few engineering jobs. And so the future for a career in industrial, civil, or mechanical, whatever engineering did not seem that bright. So in the trick, I had to do a project for my computer studies class where I coded something in Python. And after that, I decided, okay, I coded in Python, I'm going to study computer science. I then applied only to Stellenbosch University. That was like a stupid thing. You shouldn't just apply to one place to study. But I did, and I got in. The most stressful exam was physics. I felt very unprepared for it, but I got a 2, which is like a D for physics, and so everything was fine. Got in, and goodness, I might have gotten a bit off track because this was supposed to be a discussion of competence. Yeah, this is evidence of me learning and not having done this a lot. Oh, I didn't need to start a timer because there's a timer on the screen. I see now. Got more learning in second place. Yeah, I know this won't be, if this continues, which it hopefully does. I don't like writing things, so, but I didn't want, okay. I'm quickly going to talk about why I'm going to start this, and my thoughts around like the lifetime of this thing. So it's like 1740. Actually, I generally don't like, starting a project, hoping, like saying, oh, I'm going to do this month or semester or year or whatever, and then, putting a few days in, like people that have New Year's resolutions and fail to keep those promises to themselves. So I did not promise myself anything before this started. This is I wanted to know what it feels like to stream something, to present yourself to the internet. Hi nobody, because I knew that nobody was going to be here until one other person. But that's fine. It's more like we wanting to explore what it's like to talk to nobody, and maybe one day a lot of people. So yeah, I'm not sure how long I will be committed to this, to logging my learning and exploration of ideas. But maybe I should force myself to do it for at least 6 weeks and do one stream at least once a week. Okay, so I think that's a good period of time to check this, to test this. Apologies if there are a lot of noises outside. I'm in Sydney Bathurst residence at Stellenbosch University, and I love this place. But yeah, there are people that live with me. This semester is going to start tomorrow, and I'm looking forward. I have statistics and 3 computer science modules. I think one is about databases. One is definitely about. Okay, wait, I should not get too off topic. Okay, I'm going to timestamp. This has 20 minutes. What I will be doing in the next 6 weeks will be 6 weeks. Okay. I'm saying next 6 weeks, but I'm also going to refer to the rest of the semester, which will be 13 weeks, 13 academic weeks, and then one vacation / break week in the middle, I think at the end of week 7. So what will I be doing this next 6 weeks? I said I'm going to make these streams, at least one stream a week, to see what this is like. I am also going to dedicate most of my attention to my academics. I have 5 modules, but I see the one is 4 because you have to take them together. Those are statistics, 2 statistics modules, and the 2 together have the same credit weight, meaning the amount of time they estimate you have to spend on it, as the other modules, which 16 credits, which is roughly equivalent to 100. They estimate that it will take 160 hours to pass a module with 16 credits. So, computer science 343. Let me see if the group descriptions on WhatsApp have anything to say about what modules are about. Computer science 343. Okay, so networking. Let's say it's about networking. It's not about networking. I'm not sure what 343 will be about. 344 might be about. The plan of this is for me to learn things, so I'm going to figure out what the resources of the university say this will be about. Come back in, skip ahead, 1 minute for me to find what this will be about. The next 6 weeks will be about info, science. Okay. And do I have bookmarks? CS undergrad modules. Okay. Right, we have it here. Okay. So, my modules for this semester are Computer Science 343. Let me explain the names of some of the modules at Stellenbosch University. The first number after a module's name is the year. So 144 is first year, 244 is second year, and 344 whatever is third year. The second number distinguishes which semester it is in. Numbers that range between 1, 2, and 3 are first semester modules, 4, 5, and 6 are second semester modules, and 7 and 8 are both semester modules. For example, Mathematics 27X is a module that will be in the second year and in both semesters, whereas Mathematics 244 is in the second semester and the second year. And 214, for example, is second year, first semester. Now the third and final digit is to separate between the different modules. You might have mathematics, computer science 114 and 113. But 113 might be a bit of a lower level than 114. So that's what those numbers are about. So computer science three, third year, second semester, and yeah, one of the couple of modules. Computer science 343, database and web-centric programming. Description: Introduction to relational databases, mapping relational model onto object model, implementing database application in the context of web services. Server-side scalability, virtualization, and cloud computing. Okay, so like back-end web-related things. Computer science 344, program design. I think this is like software engineering, like organizing things. Description: program specifications as guidelines for program design. Reusable frameworks for program design. Testability of program design. Development of a medium-sized system to illustrate the practical application of the principles of program design. How to make maintainable and scalable code. So those are the two third-year computer science modules I had. I failed the third computer science module I'm having last year, which is computer science 244, computer architecture. Description: basic computer architecture, programming in machine language and assembly language, assemblers, binders, and loaders, basic concepts of operating systems, memory management, process management, and file systems. Yeah, this is well known for being difficult. Having had it last year, I don't think it's that impossible, but you definitely need to work with people. I think it's very hard to pass the module on your own. Just because there are so many new things that you're going to have to learn. And yeah. Now I need to find the statistics modules, which I will have. I'm at page 167, statistics. Applied mathematics. Medical statistics. Human statistical analysis. Department of Physics. Statistics and actuarial sciences. Financial risk. Okay, things medical statistics. Okay. Any modules? Okay. So yeah, I have three computer science modules and two statistics modules. The computer science modules are each 16 credits, and the statistics modules each are 8 credits, and so combined they also make 16. Statistics 245. Okay, so I took statistics in the first semester in second year, and I failed that, and because I failed that, I did not qualify for these modules, which is why I'm taking them in my third year, even though they are second year modules. I took statistics in the first semester again this year, and I passed. So, mathematical statistics 245, statistical inference. So description: introduction to statistical inference, principle of point estimation, the Cramer-Rao theorem, and its application, efficiency, mean variance, unbiased estimators, consistency, method of moments estimators, maximum likelihood estimators, the Newman-Pearson lemma, proof and applications from the Newman-Pearson lemma, likelihood ratio tests, parametric estimation theory, and hypothesis testing, Bayesian inferential statistics. Okay, so I don't know what all that means or what it will be like. I think I heard somebody in residence told me last year that the statistics was not that difficult. I think this is the more difficult one. The other statistics, which I will describe now using linear algebra, is basically linear algebra, or things similar to we've covered in other modules, so not too difficult. Statistics 245 will be difficult, I think. Okay, statistics 246, linear models in statistics. Advanced matrix algebra, stochastic vectors and matrices, multivariable normal distribution, maximum likelihood estimation of parameters in the multivariate normal distribution, distributions of quadratic forms, the simple linear regression model, the model of least squares, inference in the simple linear regression model, introduction to R software. Okay, I don't know which sounds easier. Okay, I don't know which sounds easier. But having had statistics in the past, I think it's incredibly useful skill to have. Okay, makes you see the world differently, and it's a core of competence in the way I plan to make it be. So, okay, those are the things I will be dedicating most of my time and attention to. There are various modules. Then I really want to make friends and meet interesting people. So I started organizing this thing called the Stellenbosch University Programming Society, which a guy started in first year, but met once and nothing really happened afterwards. So I decided, okay, I'm going to take this over this year and try and make something of it. So the goal of that would be to work together, on projects, or just simply work together on different projects, but have a community of people that want to change the world and become competent in a way. Hopefully we will also have talks from people at the university, like lecturers or postdoctorate students or doctorate students, postgraduate students. And if you're lucky, people from industry, I ran today through this area called Technic Park, just outside of Stellenbosch, and it's full of seemingly incredible companies. So I think there's a lot of innovation happening here and a lot of interesting people working at those places. So if I have enough confidence, I will approach and email those folks and hopefully try and get somebody interesting working close by to bring you the talk at the society. Okay, so studies, programming society. Then another important part of my life is physical activity. I want to do big tough things like a combat marathon or maybe an Ironman. And so my goal this year was to run a marathon, and I did that today actually. So I was going to roll it into the second semester of it, so that was supposed to be on an online school, but instead I'm either going to get into rock climbing, because I think there are a lot of interesting people that show up to the rock climbing events here. It looks like my kind of people, and other than that, we're dancing. I was with a group of friends one evening in the first semester, and two of them took dancing lessons together, and I didn't know that, but then I watched them dancing and it looked beautiful. So like I never liked dancing before that, or I never wanted to do any dancing, but just looking at them made me realize, like, oh, damn, that's beautiful if you're, if there's somebody like you love, and you're getting your minds are melting, and making something beautiful out of living. So yeah, that really inspired me to want to get into dancing. But I might prefer going to rock climbing because I think it will be more physically demanding. It could be without push yourself and dancing, and I really want to remain very active. And also, I think the people that I would like to be friends with are more likely to appear at rock climbing than at dancing. So if I can't manage doing both through this semester, and I might stick to just one. Okay, so those are my physical goals. Okay, I'd like to think of this idea that I first heard in the movie Chasing Mavericks, where the one character outlines this idea that there are 4 pillars of a solid human foundation. Like things you need to, things that you're aware of, that influence the way you live or value your time. So pillars are like of a human being, of an individual: physical, spiritual, emotional, and intellectual. And so the first 2 are like sort of more my intellectual pursuits. And they, nothing, I think discreteness and continuous is a very interesting philosophical idea. I don't know if anything discrete really exists at a fundamental level. And obviously we abstract and create such a thing as the natural numbers, which are obviously discrete, but I think very few things are actually discrete outside of mathematics. So yeah, it's not that any of these things solidly land in one pillar. It's they support other things like, okay, so physical. For example, my running, I think it has also had a intellectual and spiritual and emotional elements to it. So my academics and working in society are primarily intellectual pursuits. Physical, I mentioned rock climbing or dancing. Spiritual, I've been agnostic since like August 2020. That's the first time I indicated solidly that I'm not so sure of God's existence in my journal. And I wish, okay. Yeah, so I want to dedicate some time to meditation. But I say that every semester, and it's difficult to have a discipline. It's really difficult for me to get into the habit of meditating regularly and then maintain that habit. So hopefully I can get people to do it with me. And then emotional. I'm not that emotional of a person, but exercising a lot and generally just not hiding away from people, like going to see friends every now and then, that's enough for me to be happy. And of course, I think the most very important element is also finding joy in my work, which I often do. That's thanks to the degree that I'm studying, like it's perfect for me so far. So I think just focusing on those other things usually get my emotional pillar strong enough. The other pillars that the parts of the other pillars that feed into the emotional pillar are enough to keep my emotional pillar solid. So those are the things that I want to do this semester. I really also, I've never dated anybody, so yeah, hopefully I work on that. I think it's incredible to know. Like I heard TV, the CrossFit athlete, share a story of how at some point she became pregnant and how it came out, and like there were almost every 2 people on earth that knew that, and like stories like that make me realize how incredible it must be to have somebody you love deeply. And so, yeah, I think that's definitely something I want to experience. Yeah, I need to work on that. Okay, to understand, what are we going to talk about now? I don't think this stream will go on much longer because, yeah, my voice is getting a bit raspy. I wanted to, yeah, let's go for it. Running. I'm going to talk about running a bit because of the marathon I ran today. I thought a lot about it. I thought about it a lot, and yeah, in case anyone is ever interested about what my first marathon experience was like. Running. Okay. Where did it start? So in primary school, I was not the greatest athlete in appearance, so I started running, and it seems like my not being good at anything else, and my ability to just stick with something and just be disciplined allowed me to become a better than average runner. And when I say these things like better than average, or like I was referring to that I think somewhere in that story about my pre-primary school days, but just relative to the people that I knew. Of course not globally. I think it's very difficult. So yeah, I became a bit of an average runner at my school just because nobody else. I think other people had the discipline to just do this boring running thing, and so I did like 10Ks now and then, but I really sparked my long distance running craze, or not craze, but it really sparked my getting into running long distances than 10Ks was the book More to Run by Christopher McDougall, I believe. It also changed a lot about me, my metaphysical beliefs, like I started believing in evolution and stuff like that. I think that was in grade 11, which would have been in 2019. And yeah, I had Nikes at that time. It was I grew up with Asics shoes, and my parents were always selling us to get Asics, and or giving us their old Asics. And I was excited by the Nike pictures because it looked so beautiful. And then I listened to that, looking like, damn, okay, these shoes aren't that great for my posture. And then I looked around a lot for what shoes are better, and then I heard about Ultra, and I got the Escalante 2 Ultras at some point. I don't know if it even was in matric. It might have only been in first year at university. But the point is, after listening to that book, I started running longer distances. I think the longest distance I ran in high school was around 12 or 14 kilometers. 30 kilometers is quite high above sea level, and it's very, very dry, as is most of Namibia. So it's not the ideal place to run a lot unless you want to be like very fit. It's great for working hard and becoming strong and fit, but not for learning to enjoy running. yeah, I started going a lot for running anyways, and then so in university, I set a goal my first year for running a marathon, with the idea being that I initially only wanted to do a half marathon, but if I aim higher and say I run 24 kilometers, that's better than 21 kilometers. So why not make an audacious goal, and even if you fail, you do better, objectively speaking. But I never ran further than 21.1 kilometers. I didn't go to an event. I thought I love the fighter and not paying heed to the social constructs. So at the time I thought, okay, I'll screw an event. I can just do a half marathon on my own and I'll be happy with myself. And so I did. I think I finished it in the beginning of the second semester maybe, but after that I didn't continue progressing, and not only in running but in physical activity in general. So that's when I realized the important role being active played in my general intellectual and spiritual and emotional health as well. So I did run a lot in that after my first half marathon. And then I did very little running in 2022 in my second year. And then at the end of last year I started running again, and then I decided, okay, I want to do a marathon. And I don't know when this started, but for a very long time now I've had this goal of doing the Congress Marathon one day. That's like my... Okay, after that I don't need to do much more running. I can pursue other goals, like being good at cycling or being good at swimming, other disciplines, or martial arts especially. So in order to achieve that goal, I set myself the goal of running a marathon this year, just to see what it's like to run further, and the learning experience. So I think the first I followed the Hal Hinton marathon training schedule. And so the first 4 weeks were fine. I think I got sick then, and so I had to start over. I think I sort of completely started over with the program, which it would have pushed. If I followed the program every day, I would have finished in week 5 of this semester. It's now week 0. Week 1 is starting tomorrow, which I didn't want to do because I wanted to focus on the other things that I mentioned, like the Grading Society and dancing or rock climbing, and academics, of course. And running these long distances takes a lot of time, so I wanted to finish. Until yesterday, the plan was to finish the marathon in week 3 or 2. So that way I can still, join the other activities and it wouldn't have cost me too much to do the marathon. I wouldn't have had dedicated a lot of time in the semester to achieving that goal. And then so most of my training went seamlessly after the initial sickness. I barely had any injuries. Like I only had one day where my ankle felt sore. I think it was my right ankle, and that was great. I think when you get into running, you learn a lot about paying attention to your body. In terms of injuries, you're going to get injured and you're going to realize, this is what this injury feels like. I need to wait for this amount of period of time to heal, because last time it took that amount of time to heal. And in terms of preparation, like you learn, okay, I need to sleep well. For me personally, if I don't sleep, I get sick. If I don't sleep enough, which is a bit frustrating. I'd like to be able to be like Casey Neistat and just get the minimum amount of sleep and still work my arse off, but I get sick, so I can't do that. And so yeah, you learn a lot about what your body can do and can't do, and what it's like to run certain distances. And one big lesson I learned from this marathon training experience is that exhaustion or pain or whatever does not scale linearly. Like running, it's almost like running half marathon is only half as difficult as running 24 kilometers. My first half marathon in my first year was terrible. I woke up on a bad running day for me, and my body wasn't feeling it that day. But in training for this marathon, I didn't have any problems like running 19K and then 22Ks, and then at 20. So the only runs I did that were past the half marathon, I didn't do this. The only ones that I did that were further than half marathon were a 24K and a 21K, and then today's marathon. And it's like, say, this is 0 and this is half marathon. Okay, no, we need to shift it. The half marathon, that's great. 0 kilometers, half marathon, marathon. It's and then the y-axis is difficulty, x is distance. It's maybe like, I don't know, it's a bit flat and then maybe a bit difficult, and then you get to half marathon. Okay, maybe it's more like gradually up. And then once half marathon, it's not that difficult, and then all of a sudden at 24 days and past it gets very difficult very quickly, not at all linear. But then after that, after you figure out nutrition, like, oh, you're going to burn out at this point, you need to eat supplements on your run, you can't just do it with bottles of water. When you figure that out, okay, it's not that difficult anymore, it's sort of linear. And then today, I went more than 10K shorter than I ever ran, so maybe I wasn't prepared the best. And I didn't. Usually we take that, meaning we bring down the distances and intensity of your workouts about 2 weeks, according to this program I was following before the marathon. And I did 29 kilometers 2 Sundays ago, and then one Sunday ago I think I did a half marathon, and then so on this Sunday I did a marathon. So I was supposed to scale it down this Sunday as well. Not just last Sunday, this Sunday as well, and feed out the week a few distances. So this spike in today's difficulty at the end might not have been necessary, but then when okay, it's only 4 kilometers or 6 kilometers left, then it's rather flat. It makes pain and so on, but it's not much more painful, and it's not increasing the whole time. There are kilometers afterwards where it's easier. Okay, we need to work now. So that was the big takeaways. Pain is not linear. Pain does not scale linear with distance. So the schedule, my plan today was to run 32, but then I had incredible sleep on only yesterday evening and yesterday evening. Over yesterday and over tomorrow they are really words you can open up, but they are very common in Afrikaans. You say, you're supposed to put in word and order, referring to the day before yesterday or the day after yesterday. And I love using those terms in English as well. So over yesterday evening and yesterday evening I had incredible sleep, and today the weather was beautiful. and it was cool. So I thought, okay, this might be good that I do a marathon. It will also be nice to start off with this semester being able to only focus purely on other things. It'll be nice to get that off my plate. So I decided, okay, I'm going to start on my run. How far I want to go, but so the schedule was at 32 k's, and I wasn't definitely not going to do less than that. But yeah, I ran into this area called Loftie-Eaton. It's between two mountains, Gutenberg or Stellenbosch Mountain, and Borgmanskopberg, and then later Picker, which are Picker is incredibly beautiful. So it's a very nice route to run there, like with Loftie-Eaton Valley. And there's a lot of trees and river, and there's a road next to the road, so it's a very nice place to run at. There and back from the residence is about, I want to say 17 kilometers. And then, okay, I knew that Technical Park was not more than 5, but like a bit more than 5 kilometers away from residence here. So there and back would be 10 kilometers, and then I would still have way more, then I would still have a lot of room to spare. Like I can run there and decide still if I want to only 32 k's or half a full marathon. So I got to Technical Park, and like it was very beautiful there, and it looks like a software engineer or entrepreneur's dream. Like a recent graduate dream place to work at, and so I really enjoyed running there. It looks exciting. Yeah, and just to explore that area because I'm very curious about the companies there and all that innovation that happens there. I mean, so in the park I decided, okay, today is going to be the marathon day. It seemed I was going to be able to do it. But in Technical Park is where it started to get difficult. I was, like say at kilometer 29 or so. And it's a Courtney DeWalter or something. She's an ultra marathon runner, and she has this thing she refers to as a pain cave. And I experienced that a lot today after 29 k's of like, okay, it's painful. And especially stopping and then starting to run again, that's really painful. Or that was, but yeah, I pushed through and everything worked out fine. It became much easier at like 2 kilometers out, 39 kilometers, because that's very close. So yeah, you just know, okay, it's not much longer anymore. And yeah. I don't know what other lessons throughout the run I consumed rehydrate, electrolytes, and this blue gel with nutrition and electrolytes. I also ate a bit of banana that I bought this morning, and just drank a lot of water. Like I stopped at a few places along the way, like just outside Technical Park there's a petrol station where I refill my water bottles and drank a lot. Also stopping at Rez between Jonkershoek and going out there to refuel and refill. So yeah, that's important. You're going to need aid stations. When you're doing long distances, anything past half a marathon, I think. So yeah, those are my thoughts on running. It's really great for me in all four pillars, like physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual. It really supports all those four for me a lot. So I'm excited for this semester to see if there are, like what planning if I can afford it, if that also fulfills me in the same way running does. So yeah, running. Okay, so okay, time stamp 1 hour. Okay, so experience so far. As I said, this is the mission of this is to pull back the curtain behind how people like seeking move for next treatment. Elon Musk. Jeff Bezos, become the people that they are. Not that I think at all, not even close to their level, and likely will never be. The people I admire, and so hopefully I end up someplace close to them. Oh no, maybe not close, but like 10% on the way there, and so I need to look back a bit and tell you what things I have done, and yeah, where I am at now. But before I do that, I'm going to take a bathroom break. So give me 2 minutes to pee. Okay, so there are 2 parts that I want to talk about in terms of where I'm at now. One is the knowledge I have gained, or like the experiences in the academic world I've had, and number 2 is the gear I have. I think, yeah, I can't do what I'm doing without and the computer I have and all those things, so it's useful to know. So I went to high school. I'm still very standard. High school, I could have pick a few subjects, but most important were mathematics and computer studies. Maybe physics, and then, sorry, okay, sorry, let's backtrack. I'm going to refer these things in very narrow sense, like I'm going to talk about things that are useful to being a software engineer, not to being a nice, like a beautiful unit, like poetry or music and all those lovely things. I'm just going to focus about what has brought me to my current robotic standard academic position. So as I said, the most important subjects I took in high school were mathematics, physics, design and technology taught me to weld, or no, it didn't teach me to weld, my dad did, but yeah, it taught me to design things and think about designing things. Business studies taught me about the future won't always be correct. I was at one point I was shaking with frustration because I couldn't get that one teacher to see what I was trying to explain to her. The language is very important, but I wasn't best. I wasn't good at it. I got 3s, which is like a C for English and Afrikaans. English was second language. But I think languages are more important than when DT or business was for me. It is more important, but it wasn't for me because I wasn't that great at it. But it's certainly important for communication and networking and business and things like that. Then in university, in first semester, I did computer science 114, where we learned the basics of Java programming. I had a bit of a head start thanks to my experience with computer studies in high school. We used Turbo Pascal in 2020. Now that's an English language. I haven't looked into it a lot, but the point is, I didn't learn a lot of useful present day things. Mostly because of the teacher, not because of the school. Good teacher though, good person. Okay, so first year I took computer science for basic computer science theory and basic programming in Java. We had to build a tic-tac-toe board game without using object-oriented programming. We weren't taught object-oriented programming in computer science 114. So my code is a hot mess. I haven't looked at it since I coded it, but I'm pretty sure I will be shocked to see what I find there. Other modules were computer science, mathematics 114, which was Calc 1. The handbook we used was Calculus by James Stewart. I love that handbook. I love calculus and like anything in that period. It was a beautiful module. Just getting to know integration better and differentiation better and like visualizing the small areas and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun to just think about those things. I have a love for mathematics that was probably born in high school, but definitely bloomed in second year. I'll come to that. I also had probability theory and statistics 114. That was my favorite module the first year. I can't remember his name, but his surname was Duchet. He was a professor. And it's just so awesome when you learn what expected value is and concepts like it. Distribution, just looking at the idea of a distribution. And combinatorics, that was a very exciting world to learn about. Just the beauty of all the ideas in that module that made that my favorite module. Okay, I know we also had science in context, which is a module that teaches you how to use basic tools which most of us didn't have to learn or have to, and I think Sun Washington University is quite an exclusive being taught here in university. So most people already have experience with using Microsoft Word or Excel and other programs like that. So you get all those sort of boring things. I think it was mostly due to the platform we were using, which was Cengage. It's just the UX was terrible, very frustrating. Like the way that's beside the point. What other module did I have? I think statistics was next. I need to go back. University. First year. Oh, I had economics in first year. Economic module, probably very basic economic theory, supply and demand, marginal cost. Discount. Yeah, I don't remember much about it because I only had economics in first year. Those were my first semester modules. Computer science, mathematics, probability and statistics, economics, and science in context. Second semester, we also had science in context, and we had to do a project. I made like a research project. We had to write a paper with 4 other guys or gals, and we were a group randomly about a topic you can choose if you chose early enough, but if you like when people ignored the module and got assigned a group, a topic later, you were assigned a topic. Which you say someone which I'm very happy for. It's one of the most fascinating idea set for me. So we had to apply the knowledge we had from earlier in the first semester and a bit of the second semester about how to reference research papers and where to go to read research papers. It was very basic. Of course, we weren't going to do new research. It was more of a something like it was teaching me how to learn, like go out and summarize information. So my responsibility was to get back on subject automata, the history and the theory, like a definition. What is the subject automata? So that was science in context. Second semester, we did well. Then computer science 144. I think we learned object-oriented programming then. I'm not sure what the project was. Computer science 144. I'm not sure. Books and science tests. Okay. I'm going to find out what the project was. Animations, cold search. Everything's okay. I'm very sorry, but it seems I can't find out what project we did. But it must have been a very basic one. I think we had to implement some sort of word storage system. Um, so you had to implement a tree where, say you received the word tree and the word talk. The first node had to be letter T, and then you had to create an edge to the letter R and then EE, and T had to point to A, L, K. I think sort of learning how to implement that data structure using object-oriented programming. So that was like in Java. That was computer science 144. Economics 144, I'm not sure what that covered. Again, basic economic things. I lost, I'm focused on other things now, so that's why I don't know much about it. Applied mathematics 144, that might have gone 50% for that module, so barely passed. I don't like applied mathematics that much. I don't like mechanics that much, which was what that module was about. Forces and tension and things like that. And then mathematics 144, which was calculus 2, and I think a little bit of linear algebra. I think we might have been introduced to differential equations then. And I did incredibly well in my first exam, and I needed like 5% for my second exam. So I didn't study for my second exam. I got less than 5%, which was actually great because I needed 60% in order to take statistics in the second year. And if I only got 5%, I would not have qualified because of the weight of the two exams. I needed, say, 20% for the second exam in order to get 60% average for the module. So luckily I failed horribly in the second exam, and so in the third exam I got enough, but still didn't pass the exam, but I passed the module in order to go on and qualify for statistics in the second year. So, recap of first year. Computer science, basic Java and basic programming, and object-oriented programming, also basic data structures. Mathematics, calculus, and a little bit of linear algebra. Economics, I remember very little about that, but basic economic theory of supply and demand curves. Game theory was an important thing that was new to me then. I learned about game theory. Just to play games with simple decisions, very basic game theory. Mathematical probability and statistics. What was probability theory? Statistics. So yeah, probability theory, combinatorics. What else? Continuous and discrete distributions, and like statistics about those things, like expected value, mean. Applied mathematics 144, mechanics, like forces and leverage and so. And science and context, scientific communication, publishing, research, referencing, and yeah, tools of science, but not like R or Python or anything really useful. That was first year. I'm going to timestamp that. So it's someone was given about 170. Okay, seems like the stream is going to be going on for a while. Second year, computer science 214. Performance. Okay, we were talking about complexity, like big O notation, different algorithms, and the trade-offs between space and time. You also learned a bit about compression, but I didn't. I had to catch up on other modules at near the end of the semester, so I didn't really learn much about compression. I should return to the chapters I didn't study. We used Cedric's book on Java and algorithms in first and second year. And then mathematics 214, a bit more linear algebra. In the first 2 years, I don't know. I think one day I will go into detail about what all these things mean, and like what is linear algebra about. But like 3 Blue One Bounds video really allowed me to get a sense of what the subject is about, even during those modules. So yeah, it's going to be a very good one. So go and watch these videos to get a sense of what linear algebra is about. But it's about transforming vector spaces, which can be thought of in different ways. And I don't know all the things that could be vector spaces, but they are like 3 requirements, 3 rules that have to apply. And then so the most common thing we can think of is a 2x2 grid with the Cartesian plane, meaning lines that go horizontally and vertically. They cross at certain coordinates, and then point like line arrows that point to these coordinates, and then transformations that you can apply that shift the entire grid in a certain way. Say this is your normal one, and then you can stretch and flip the whole thing. We do those things through matrices and operations with matrices. So we were introduced to vector spaces and those ideas in mathematics 214. And then more calculus. I don't know. I think we did more techniques of integration, like integration by parts, and more differential equation theory in more integration. Integration was the main focus of the calculus part of mathematics 214. Then statistics, well, which I failed class this time. It was about again continuous and discrete distributions, and then a lot of theory on estimating certain values. Estimation was in the latter part of the module, how to estimate certain parameters, and it's super interesting work, and I really fell in love with the ideas in the first time I took the module, but yeah, it's difficult to execute, and it's a lot of content, so it's hard work. It took by far way more time than any other module in my second year, but still I failed, and I wanted to say something about the estimation. Certainty, like calculating, okay, I think this is the value of this parameter. I'd say, okay, a parameter, like say you get a sample of the height of like 5 people, and you say, okay, given this small sample, the probability that is this one value, which is the average of these 5 people, it's very likely that is the average of the population, since this sample could be heavily skewed. We'll say that, okay, given these 5 people, the average is in this range with this likelihood. And then the bigger your sample size is, the more accurate your estimation can be. This is the idea of certainty and how uncertain everything is very cool. So that was what mathematical statistics 214 was about. And then my favorite module of second year was abstract mathematics 278. We learned how to prove things very formally. I think, hope. I wonder if I'm going to discover more formal ways to prove things. But that was very interesting module, not only academically but also philosophically, on like truth and what constitutes proof. So super interesting. Highly recommend. Definitely, yeah. So and Professor Zuba was a lecturer there. He's an incredible person. Like he was the first sort of academic that I had discussions with, and yeah, almost the only one so far. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. He has a blog and he also has a YouTube channel where he plays piano. So you can find it. And yeah, we also learned different mathematical structures like groups and sets and cosets, lattices. Yeah, and it was not like most modules where there's just these very specific exercises and exams. The more time you spend on your own playing with ideas and experimenting, the better you did in the module. And it was the only module. It was the only module I got a distinction for. So I did that a lot, and it was very rewarding, and I really enjoyed that. I don't have abstract mathematics this year. There's a fairly immersion, and I think one of my biggest regrets might be that I didn't consider becoming a mathematician. I'm focusing on computer science. But yeah, that was definitely a highlight of my second year. Okay, so 278, meaning that's the first semester module. So let's go to the second semester. Because I felt statistics, I only had 3 modules in the second semester because I couldn't take statistics. None of the other modules really interested me, so I wasn't going to. Like as I mentioned about applied mathematics, I really struggle when I don't find the work interesting. So to find motivation or to remain focused really doesn't happen when I don't enjoy the work. So I decided I was only going to take 3 modules, and since I still didn't have a lot of friends, I felt like okay, I can use the free time to build, to grow socially and so on. Unfortunately, I had a really terrible roommate in second year. There weren't a lot of options, like the residence was full, so I couldn't just get another room. So I took a bit of an emotional dip through the second semester especially, and also the first semester. And I think that influenced my academic performance a lot. So I didn't even pass with just 3 modules, which, that was okay. I failed computer science 244, which I will get into, but that was quite difficult. What more was I talking about? Okay. So, abstract math was again amazing. And then computer science 244, we started being introduced to C. We had to write our own programming language in a sense. We were given the specifications of we were actually implementing a compiler for another language. So it would I think the language is called A-Lang, which stands for another language. I'm not sure if it's like a very well-known, popular language for other people to experiment with. But yeah, we were given a package Neuer form, which is like say how an if statement is defined, or what a statement is, or what how a conditional statement should be expressed. So that was super interesting. I learned a lot about how languages work, but unfortunately I learned all the lessons too late. Like only after handing in the assignment I realized, this was what we were supposed to do. And yeah, that was where it was crucial to have friends, because yeah, nobody could figure all these things out on their own. Not nobody. The competent people were able to, but I didn't. Yeah, I was too afraid to ask people for help, and things like that. So learned a lot, not only technically, but also socially. There were hard lessons to learn, but I'm happy I did. And after the compiler project, there was an opportunity to share yourself through the assembly language tutorials. You had to implement certain algorithms in assembly. Also super interesting. Learned a lot about how computers actually work, memory, like low level physical stuff. Again, it would be cool to pull back the curtain behind that and show how those things work. I might walk you through it as the semester progresses. Yeah, and then theory was like, how computers worked, memory, logic, and then a bit of history, like a bit of Ada Lovelace, Alan Turing, Babbage, Charles Babbage, and some of the earlier computers. I'm thinking of Colossus was one, I think Nick one or something. But yeah, you learn a lot about all the useful things. And Willem Dexter, I believe, he was lecturer, also a brilliant character, but yeah, he doesn't go slow, which it's cool. Like I admire it. Like it forces you to realize that you're not the best there is. And so I wasn't the best there is, so I realized that. And yeah, I aspire to live up to his way of teaching. Keep up. So that was computer science 244. Then mathematics 244 was wave linear algebra. I really enjoyed that module. So the other linear algebra, I didn't really understand anything or what linear algebra was, or what a matrix multiplication does, and all those things, or what a dot product is. But through that module and through the 3.1 bound videos which I watched at that time, it really opened up the world of linear algebra for me. It's a beautiful, beautiful world. So really enjoyed that part of mathematics 2 and 4. The calculus part was this time not really calculus, it was analysis. So infinite sums, like summing a fraction. Like say the sum from 0 to infinity of 1 over x. I think that's a sum that goes to infinity eventually. But like say 1 over x squared, that is a finite sum. That's basically things in real analysis. These infinite sums. I didn't enjoy real analysis that much. I definitely, my linear algebra carried me through that module, and got through. So also don't know terribly much about that. But yeah, it's also beautiful. So definitely want to revisit it at my own pace and see the value in it as well. Okay, so those were the 3 second year modules. So to recap second year. Okay, let's do these then. 1 hour, 34 minutes. 54. Okay, summary of second year modules. Computer science 2 and 4 object-oriented data structures and algorithms in Java. Mathematical statistics 214, continuous and discrete distributions and estimation. Abstract mathematics 278, abstract mathematics foundation, mathematics logic structures in mathematics, mathematical structures like groups, rings, and lattices. I'm not sure if we need rings, I don't think so. Computations and mathematics 214, calculus and linear algebra. Computer science 244, low-level software, and the bridge between the hardware and software. And computer science history, a bit more informal. The history is more informal. Mathematics 244, more linear algebra and real analysis. Analysis. And then again, mathematics 278. Okay, that brings me to third year, first semester. Second semester is going to start tomorrow. What are the modules I had in the first semester? I only had 3 modules again. Again, because none of the other modules seemed to interest me, and then without enjoyment, I don't do well in modules. With the fear of failing module and bringing my average down, and my desire to be more than just a student, an academic, learning a lot, playing guitar a lot, me having friends, I decided to only take 3 modules, growing as a person. So my modules were mathematical statistics 214 again, operations research 233, which was about queuing theory. What else? Mostly queuing theory and simulation. Simulating queues. We learned R programming language and how to use that, and RStudio. And then at one point I did a study of comparing robot intersections, stop intersections, and robot or traffic light intersections, and circles to as keying systems. So it's similar to a queue in computer science, where things that enter first leave first. As you look over, you'll understand. It was a fun module. It was nice to not care a lot about theory. Just here's a formula now. Do that. Do real world things with it. And learning something as simple as R, like loosely typed. That was an interesting experience. It's sort of the first. I sort of understood. I learned C in computer science, but yeah, it was the first. I'm not competent in C. I'm not useful with it. Whereas I felt like I was able to do useful things in R. So it was my second programming language that I learned to do useful things with. I already mentioned mathematical statistics. And then my favorite module of this year so far was applied mathematics 314. I think my lecturer's name was Adriana. Super interesting. Learning about graph theory. I love graph theory. Cryptography. I really enjoyed cryptography. I don't know which was more interesting. I think cryptography beats graph theory a bit, but I really enjoy studying those subjects a lot. And then the final was coding theory, which we did a bit in computer science 244, which is like how many bits, how many information can you carry in a set amount of bits, or digits or numbers, and how can you make it tolerant to bits that flip. Like say you communicate a radio signal to space, it might become noisy, so you might need a way to determine if there was noise in the signal, and perhaps fix errors that occurred. So having codes, things like that. I really got a distinction for applied math. The more I enjoy the module, the better I do. And no, I don't think I got. Sorry, I didn't really get a distinction, I think. But I did well through the semester. At the end, I had to focus on my operations research and mathematical statistics exams. So I didn't do well in the applied math exam. But yeah, I did very well throughout the semester. And then this semester, I'm going to have. Okay, we actually went through my modules this semester. How long am I doing this? Okay, so at 2019 into the stream, I started going through this semester, and hence the modules I will be having. As you saw then, I didn't really know the description of these modules. I've been really focused on in the first semester, my first semester modules, and this vacation I taught myself through free code camp, a bit of web development, and I built a website for myself and and for a business of my mother's. So yeah, didn't look into my modules this semester. So summary of first semester modules. Operations research 3T2, queuing theory and simulation. Mathematical statistics 214 was summarized in the previous section. Applied mathematics 314, graph theory, cryptography, coding theory. What was that timestamp? 4:41:30. 41:30. Okay, second year summary, radio summaries. Second. Okay, I'm going to return to, timestamp, sorry. 42. Okay, 43. I'm going to return to one of the first topics of the stream, which is what this is about. It's sort of, this is going to be pertaining to my philosophical views, my metaphysical, not metaphysical, but just personal meaning of life, like life orientation views. I am trying to live a life that is beautiful, and I don't define that very clearly for myself, but broadly it's about having a net positive experience and allowing others to also have a net positive experience, like not taking away, like living life for other people and still enjoying your life, and creating beautiful things, whether that is beautiful code or whatever knowledge, not whatever results from your work. And art, like beautiful poetry, beautiful music. I play guitar since first year. and beautiful paintings. Hopefully, I think ideas are really beautiful. If you know how to appreciate them in a certain way. So, I think that will. So I'm trying to live a beautiful life, and I want to. I read. I think it was in this end vacation and in January and the beginning of this year that I read a few articles on the 80,000 hours non-profit on an impactful career, and so I'd like to have a positive impact, and hopefully create a business that provides value for other businesses and use some of that money for philanthropic causes. And I think not necessarily, like my views at the moment are that money can still be quite effective in doing good by investing in students, like paying students, paying the tuition of students, like saying, okay, you don't have to worry about your studies, I'll pay for it, because you're enabling. You're giving people access to the things that will give them the tools to empower themselves and to create new things and useful things for the world. So technology can do a lot of good, I think. And then maybe a family. I think I took mushrooms in second year, psychedelic mushrooms, and it feels like, damn, okay, we're here to evolve. And that's the whole meaning of life, I felt at that point. And so it still influences me a bit. I became more certain that I might want to have a family and raise kids the way my parents raised me. Like, not all the way things. Nothing's perfect, and hopefully you learn lessons from the ways you didn't enjoy your parents or the way they raised you. I really look up to my parents and the way they raised me. So continuing that, and not that I'm entirely certain that being alive is better than being dead. I'll find out one day, but at the moment, I really struggled with it in first and second year. I thought I was nearly an antenatalist. So I'm not entirely sure that it's better to exist than to not exist. But if I'm considered, like, if I have a wife, then I'll really have to think about that deeply. And if I think it's better to exist than to not exist, I will only then have children. Also paying heed to considering her feelings, and also considering these things before you married or whatever we do. Not that marriage has to happen. You can live together, and if you know you're together, you don't have to put a ring on it. So there are things that are beautiful that I would like to create, or enable others to create. So I'm working on that now by studying hard, hopefully, and gaining experience by hopefully organizing successful things like the Programming Society. Okay, I think that should be enough for today. Okay, I'm going to say closing thoughts. 1:41, 49, 50, closing thoughts. Okay, closing thoughts. While making the stream, and I thought about how many times Loftie-Eaton has mentioned how many times he's been heard by people online about how critical they can be, and just you can see it on Twitter and spaces like that, like how seemingly deliberately bad intentioned people are, and how they might use things he's said to try and hurt him. So yeah, I shared a lot today, and I didn't consider anything about should I share this or should I not say this, how could this be used later. So I hope nothing I said will come back to bite me in the future. But yeah, keep me kind. Yeah, okay. I'm here because I love the world. On Earth, I'm alive because I love the world. So please keep it that way. Okay, so let's try and my final thing is convert this to the timestamps. Unfortunately, because I can't show my screen because I didn't prepare, I can't show you this timestamps that I made. But as a final thing for the stream, I'm going to show the timestamps. Maybe read them out. Yeah, I'm just going to show it. It's reversed. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to read it. Okay, but then I started with what this is going to be today. At 5:40 I switched clothes, and then at 7:15 I said what this will be. At 7:40 I shared some thoughts on how long I think I will do this. 20 minutes I talked about what the next 6 weeks will be about. At 40 minutes and 40 seconds I talked about running. Until 1 hour in, I talked about experiences so far. At 1 hour 17 minutes I summarized my first year at university. At 1 hour 34 minutes I summarized my second year at university. At 1 hour 41 minutes 30 seconds I summarized this year so far. Academically speaking, at 1 hour 43 minutes I shared more thoughts on what I want this to be. And at 1 hour 49 minutes 50 seconds I shared some closing thoughts. And a few seconds ago I started talking about the timestamps. Hopefully that's useful, and no, there's going to be there might not be anybody there. So I'll see everybody at least a week's time.